Nice.
No problem. Me too.
Cool. It's only about 20 minutes on the battery anyway, so we definitely can't go over that.
No problem at all.
I think that's good, man. That looks good. So, man, how's your week been?
Nice.
Yeah.
Great week.
And how would it compare to you've been to one meeting before? Yeah, just the one.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Did you have a good time on both?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not comparable because it's just more people, different location, different, how do you call it? Planning and stuff.
Yeah. And why do you come to the meetings? For what reason? What do you get?
Different perceptions. People also eat raw meat and are open-minded. So a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
You won't find much of those people in this society nowadays.
Yeah,
That's
man.
the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And it's always nice. There's some different viewpoints,
Yeah.
different people, new people. That's important too.
Yeah, definitely. And do you know any people who are into this kind of thing where you live? Any friends or anything? No one?
No, I got a few people that start to follow me a little bit. That cook meat and stuff, but they
Yeah.
eat more meat and butter and
Oh,
that
yeah.
kind of stuff. So.
The people you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they see the difference in me. So.
Yeah.
But it's just a few of my friends. The rest still thinks I'm crazy. Although they compliment me on how much better I look though.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, brilliant. So how have you changed there? You look better? What's changed?
Yeah, I gained a lot of weight, color.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was almost yellow, palish.
Fuck, man.
Hair was falling out.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a big difference. And mentally also, I got a lot of regards about my mentality, how much clearer and more at ease I am.
Well, and would you put all that down to the diet, or is it other
I think
factors?
it's a big thing. Yeah, diet is certainly, I think the high fat is what calms you down more.
Yeah.
The cholesterol. It makes everything better.
Yeah. So the high fat is more important than the raw meat then, would you say?
I would say so.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because I'm still, how do you call it, experimenting with the meat thing and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I do notice that I eat too much muscle meat. I think the organs are more important.
Okay.
And fat is also probably more important.
Okay.
It's just nice to eat muscle meat, you know.
Yeah, it tastes good.
So yeah.
And why do you think the fat is important? What's it doing for you?
I don't know. I think it lubricates. Because when I was vegan, I did a lot of low fat.
Yeah.
But it's just like your skin isn't lubricated, so you burn, you know, because there's nothing to moisturize it, so you just burn like crazy. And I used to burn always.
Really, from the
Yeah.
sun, yeah?
I've never been this tan like now.
Wow, that's amazing.
And I got a lot of remarks about my skin. It feels like a baby skin.
Fuck, that's amazing.
So, I think it's the butter.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, and
Sheila just said it also.
yeah? Well, she said that your skin was smooth, or?
Well, I'm the, how do you call it, softest of everybody.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah,
did, yeah.
less tensed.
Yeah.
So, but I think the tension and stuff is also has to do with letting go, you know, relaxing,
Yeah.
walking and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Not trying to hold on to stress.
Yeah, that can be quite difficult.
Because I think diet is a big part, but also stress in your body is a major component of health.
And
There's
stress.
a lot of people are stuck in their body, kinda.
Yeah. And stress in the body would be related to stress in the mind, I take it? It's just...
I think it's a connection, yeah, mental, spiritual, what is it? Mind, body and spirit.
Yeah, yeah.
So probably it's a connection of both.
Yeah. So that's a big thing for me, letting go. I struggle with holding grudges, that type of thing, you know. Is that part of it? I mean, is it letting go of situations? Yeah.
I got the same thing.
Yeah.
Hard time with letting go.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's a human thing. We all try to control things that are not really controllable.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and in the end I think it's just you put a lot of pressure on the chain, you know.
Yeah.
Eventually it will snap.
Yeah. So couldn't you diet out with your state of mind then? Because you talk about your body and look.
What do you mean?
Well, you say you look better. People comment on this, but
Well, that's not my
people say this. Yeah,
other people say it. Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. So that's kind of definitely happening. But would you say it's changed your mind? Would you say your mind has changed at all?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you could feel that.
Yeah, when I used to eat a lot more sugar, so I was, how do you call it? It's like you're much more distracted sooner, more searching.
Yeah.
It's like I'm more calm in my mind now.
Wow, that's amazing.
And yeah, and I didn't try even meditation and that kind of stuff. I think that will be different also.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking at now to get more relaxed even.
Well.
But I think it's just a step, you know. You don't have to rush into things because big steps will make you fall.
Yeah, sure. One of my big problems this week has been not being able to eat the meat. I don't know why, but it tastes like shit to me. Any comments on why that might be, or what I should do about it?
Well, it was not the freshest meat here.
You think it was just shit quality, or just not refrigerated?
Yeah. And probably a little bit old also.
Yeah.
Okay, I eat a lot of raw meat, and my guideline is around 3 days.
Right.
After 3 days, I start to eat it with, how do you call it? I don't like to eat it anymore, you know.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I like to eat it fresher.
Yeah.
Fermented meat is okay, but after 3 days, it's starting to turn, it's starting to go color.
Yeah.
That's when I lose appetite for it.
I see. Maybe that's my problem. I don't know. Yeah. So if you have meat in the fridge that's 3 or 4 days old, would you still cook it or add some condiments to it, or
No,
you throw it?
No, most of the times I eat it.
Oh.
But I make sure that I don't get too much meat, you know, for more than 3 days.
Oh yeah.
But I do sometimes I still eat ground beef and that kind of things after 4 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's just if I add a shitload of butter, it's still nice.
Oh yeah.
Or a little bit of honey.
Honey.
Just to flavorize it.
Yeah, damn right. And with you mentioned butter a few times. I mean, this is your main source of fat. Then is butter.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get this raw butter in Holland.
No.
It's not.
No. I drive to the farm every week to get it.
Oh, okay. How far is that?
Like 40-minute drive.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
But I've been searching for a long time, and before I had a supplier that would just, you can order it and they bring it to your house.
Okay.
But because of some new rules this year,
Yeah.
they cannot top off the milk anymore.
Oh.
So they have to find a new way to make butter of it. So
What?
it's really hard now.
How strange.
And I found one farm that does it, but mostly it's frozen. You can find raw milk, how do you call it? Butter from raw milk, but then it's frozen.
And the one you brought with you, is that being frozen?
That's fresh.
That's fresh?
Yeah, this is specially made for this also.
Wow.
And this is more natural fermented as normal.
It's more natural?
Yeah, normal it's in the cooling, and this is more in open air fermentation.
Ah, okay.
So it's a little bit more powerful.
Wow, that's amazing. So that's your main source of fat then, is butter?
Yep.
Any other sources of fat that you
Yeah,
rely
I
on?
eat a lot of suet, kidney fat.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, just the fat that's on the meat,
Yeah.
ribeye and stuff. And I try to get some other fat sometimes.
Yeah.
And when I get my ground beef, I also put in extra fat. They mix in extra fat, like 30% extra for me.
Oh right, they add that at the butchers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what I request. And I get it for a cheaper price because he thinks he sells me less meat.
Oh, okay.
So it's a win-win situation.
Hi. Oh, cool. And would you say you're 100% raw?
I would say at least 95%.
95%.
Yeah.
And in the 5% of non-raw, is that just like cheating, like junk
Yes.
food and things?
No, cooked meat.
Cooked meat?
It used to be other things, but I'm at the point now that my cheat meals are cooked meat.
Yeah. So do you ever have like junk food, like ice cream and shit,
Well,
bread?
sometimes I do get ice cream, but
Yeah.
it's rarely because every time I do it, it fucks me up.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about bread? Do you ever eat bread or crave bread?
No, bread I stopped years ago
Did you?
because it just doesn't make sense anymore.
Yeah.
But it's also a process of growing, you know?
Yeah.
It's all a learning process and growing process, trying out, finding out.
Yeah.
I tried a lot of baking breads also. But yeah, I don't know. I can't handle the grains, I think.
Really. So ultimately, bread's just shit, for you.
And I don't miss it anyway.
Well.
No, basically I eat no sugar at all.
Wow, that's amazing.
Except for some honey sometimes.
Yeah,
But even that, I can go a month without honey also sometimes.
cool. And how long were you eating kind of primal before you felt the benefits of it?
2 days.
2 days, really? Wow.
Or I think maybe the same day already.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I noticed that the second day I got to the butcher and I got meat, and it was just an intense feeling of happiness inside myself.
wow.
When I got out of the butcher with the meat, it was just like happiness. Nobody felt like I needed it.
That's incredible.
And after a long time of not eating animal products, that say something.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That's amazing. And do you eat white meat and fish and stuff as well?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I try to at least eat once a week fish.
yeah,
And chicken, I do eat, but it's not regular. It depends on the mood.
oh yeah,
If I feel like it, I eat it. Sometimes I eat it. I skip it for a few weeks.
yeah,
But I do have the idea I might have to eat more chicken now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that? Is it just for variation, or
I don't
is
know.
it?
I think chicken. I think a lot of meats have probably different, still different components in it. Because one's white meat, the other one is red meat.
Mm,
It's supposed to be have different contributors, or how do you call it? Effects on the
effect,
skin.
yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, kind of makes sense, really.
Yeah. Only thing is that with the chicken thing, it's just still a mental block, you know, because a lot of people still.
Yeah,
So I do eat it raw.
you do.
Yeah. But still, it's still in the back of my mind. You
Yeah,
know? So I think that's the reason that I don't eat it that much.
yeah. It's a scare factor. Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean.
And it's hard, you know, but I think a lot of things are related to the scare and especially in the subconscious, you know.
Mm,
It's a long time to challenge your own beliefs.
yeah. So have you ever been ill from raw meat?
I don't think so.
Well,
And I ate 3 years old raw chicken, fermented.
fermented. Like high chicken, you mean?
I ate chicken at 3 years old.
Oh, 3 years old.
So
Yeah, yeah.
didn't make me sick either.
What did it taste like?
Strong. Really strong.
Yeah,
And on top of that, it was fine.
yeah.
Actually, if you chew it, it's fine. It's only when you swallow it when the strongness is coming.
Right. So what's your favourite taste in raw food?
I don't know. I tend to lean more and more to liver.
Really?
Although I didn't like it at all, but especially veal liver is starting to grow on me now.
Veal liver, yeah, yeah.
But I think it's not only the taste, it's also because of the nutrition it gives.
Yeah.
Just the feeling of satisfaction, you know. I can eat a kilo of, nah, maybe not a kilo, but I can eat a half kilo of ground beef in one sitting, it's no problem.
Mm.
But if I eat liver, it's three bites, and I'm already satisfied actually.
Well.
I do eat the rest, but
Yeah.
I can feel that it's already, the hunger is gone, you know.
Well. And you say it grew on you. I mean, did you just not like it in the beginning? Do you think
No,
you
I
didn't?
just swallow it.
Yeah, I was the same. I was the same. So do you think that's just because we're not used to this? What we should be
and
eating?
quality might also be a factor, because I used to eat a lot more beef liver.
Mm.
Just stronger taste. I feel
Yeah.
liver is just nice, sweet.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mm.
Maybe it's getting used to.
Yeah.
And I also think it takes a long time to restore your body from the past, you know.
Yeah.
How many years of abuse have most people got?
Yeah, that's it. So how long has it taken you? You're obviously healthy now, you'd say, yeah?
Well, a lot healthier.
A lot healthier. And you've been eating primal for what, a year or two, is it?
A year and 2 months.
A year and 2 months.
Something like that.
And you've seen a big change in 1 year?
Yeah. I even feel my back as if it's regenerating a lot more, and I've been going to the gym for years now, and I've never felt this before, so...
Well, that's incredible. So did you find the diet through Gatos then, or?
No, not really.
No,
I
you-
heard of it before, and I had the book also for a long time.
Okay.
It's just, I didn't believe it, kinda.
Yeah.
But you come at a certain point that you're just done with everything, and then you don't care, so
Yeah.
you just try it, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not really afraid of dying, so...
Bit like Alginus then when he went for the rabbit.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
Although I didn't believe that I would die of it, so
No.
no. But I didn't care to try.
Yeah. So when did you first hear about or meet Gatos then? Was it online?
Well, no, I followed Gatos through another, I think through some other movies.
Ah,
Because
okay.
I used to follow some other guys also, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
brought up other topics. Because I think when I saw him first, he didn't even was into the raw meat thing,
Oh, okay.
more into the vegan keto and stuff.
All right. Yeah.
So, but he had just some other ideas what I share with him, you know,
Ah, okay,
about the
yeah.
world and about certain things.
Yeah. So you were kind of more connected on that level to begin with.
Yeah, so that's why I started to follow him.
Oh, yeah.
And when I started the raw meat, it made more sense, and then I started to go to the meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's nice to meet other people and
Yeah, for
get
sure.
a viewpoint.
Yeah.
See if it's for real.
Yeah. Yeah. So at the last meeting, then there was you were obviously Primal at the time,
Yeah.
and Gatos. Was it other people at the meeting who were eating raw?
Yeah, a few.
Few.
But not all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Also, a lot of people that just ate normal.
So they were there for other things they connected with Gatos on, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Different points of view,
Yeah.
like perception, like I said.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been a strong factor for me this week. That is just seeing people's
And they also,
perceptions,
a lot of people are interested in the diet, but just don't know how to start or
yeah,
have some fear. Or
yeah,
so it's a good opportunity, you know.
yeah,
It's just
definitely,
motivating if other people see it. It's easier for you.
yeah.
Because before I came there, I ate a lot of how do you call it, seared meat?
Sure.
Seared, like in the
Oh, see it, yeah, yeah,
just short in the pan.
yeah. Flash fried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I came there, I started to go full on, you know,
Ah,
just
okay.
join the rest.
Yeah,
It actually isn't that bad
yeah,
if you get used to it.
yeah. I think it's a lot of us getting used to it, isn't it?
But might take a few months before you're completely adapted to it, you know. But it might be a keto factor also.
Yeah, yeah.
Because in the beginning, I could feel if I ate a lot of meat, it's like how do you call it?
Inflammation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kinda. But that's gone completely now.
yeah.
So
So what was that? Just a feeling of like
I
things.
don't know. Maybe it's just your body switching or not used to it. That high protein intake
Yeah, yeah.
has been years before that. So yeah, it's hard to say.
Yeah. So this week there's been a lot of other talk. Obviously you've got the diet, the nutrition thing. Then you've got a lot of sort of conspiracy theories flying about. I know some people agree and some people are laughing at other people, and there seems to be quite a varied amount of perceptions on the different conspiracies. Like I don't know about any of them myself. I'm really unsure. You know, I have to say some convincing evidence. I mean, are there any that you strongly believe in more than others?
What do you mean?
Any conspiracy theories you've heard this week that you disagree with or agree with?
No, I think I'm at the same level as a lot of people though.
Yeah.
But I think it's different for everybody on a personal level because it's mainly your own perception and it's also your own experiences that play a big part in how you see the world and what you believe. And I've seen just a lot of crazy shit. So I know there's something wrong in the world.
Yeah.
But I don't say I know the truth, you know.
So do you believe that there's a sort of Illuminati or higher sort of group that's kind of trying to keep us down or control us? You think that's
Oh,
something?
most certainly.
Yeah.
But I don't believe. Yeah, there's also two sides to the sword, you know. We are slaves, but probably of the system, but they are also a slave of the same system.
Okay.
They believe they have to control us. You know, it's the same. Yeah, it's hard to say if it's really how do you call it? If we're really slaves, you know, because you wanna. If you got a dog, you want them also to have a good life, and you think you have to take care of it, and
Yeah.
so it's both ways, I think.
Yeah. 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 I notice a lot of people are dissing the government, but quite a few are receiving money from the government at the same time. So kind of fits
it's
in.
kind of contradictory.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't know. It can be hard sometimes.
Yeah. And I've heard a few people talk about a wall of ice at the North Pole. Are you a believer in that?
I don't know.
Or South Pole, was it? I can't remember now. But
Well, yeah, if it's flat, then it would be on the outside,
oh, the
just
outside, yeah.
around the. It
Yeah.
could be.
Yeah.
I've never been there, so it's hard to say.
Yeah,
There's
sure.
a lot of stories and pictures of it, though.
Yeah. And talk of Garden of Eden being beyond it.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I think Garden of Eden might be at the North Pole in the center.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's hard to tell.
Hmm. And with the flat Earth thing, I'm really intrigued by it. At this point in time, I probably don't believe it, but I have to say I've seen some stuff this week and heard some things that has really got me thinking about it. And I'm kind of, I want to know more, But what would you say is the most concrete evidence that it's flat? I mean, if someone was new to this idea, what would be the most concrete, obvious thing you could point out to prove?
I think that's a hard thing to say,
Okay.
because it's a process. I think it's the same as growing in other things. It's a different change in perception. Because when I first found it out, I thought it was funny, and I got into researching it, and I wanted to prove myself it was a ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't work out, and now I believe it's kind of more flat, although I don't believe in a flat earth model that's being presented everywhere.
Yeah.
So I think it's mostly perception and growing in consciousness or something. How do you call it? Because if you look at your senses, tell you that it's straight,
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure.
And I think the more you get connected to earth and nature, because I think that's the most important thing, you will find out that your senses will tell you more than what others, because most people are so busy and controlled and focused on things that they don't see the truth for what it is. You have two eyes to see, two eyes to look and one to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the third eye, that's the one that sees.
I see. Yeah. So people are just too busy to even bother.
Yeah, because I don't look into a flat earth at all anymore. I don't watch documentaries about it. I don't watch theories about it. It's just an inner knowing, I know my senses tell me that it's flat. It's I don't know. It's the same as I know that I'm alive. So why would I doubt it?
Yeah. So
but it's hard to convince people with that.
Yeah, yeah. I know some people get quite angry about it, don't they? Or they humiliate.
Well, what I learned is I'm not trying to convince other people anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's also a process of growing, because in the beginning you probably, it's flat, it's flat. But it's with everything, also with Illuminati and all that kind of stuff, and, dinner and food and all that stuff. You try to convince people.
Yeah,
and you learn that if you keep pushing, it only creates attention,
Yeah.
So now I do it the other way around. I just eat raw meat everywhere, and it's the best way to get into a conversation with people.
I like it. So you're showing the example rather than pushing it.
And they start asking, so they want the information from me.
Yeah, they're dragging it out of you. That's good, man. That's a good.
But then I have to just pour it in,
Yeah, that's great. I like that.
Yeah, it worked great.
Yeah.
And you can go everywhere from raw meat.
So do you have any other views that might... Better keep an eye on it. Right, don't fucking...
No, not gonna change.
Huh?
I don't think it's gonna be cut. Or you cut it anyway. So,
fuck that. I don't know why I'm doing it. So you said you were vegan before. Was that out of worry for the animals and care for the animals?
No, not at all.
Health
it was
reasons?
mainly health reasons, yeah.
Okay, and so how do you feel about sort of... Because I've heard some talk this week which has been like quite violent, and like people saying, like Gatos, fuck the animals, I don't give a fuck about the animals, and then he was talking about decapitating vegetable police and taking his head to a vegan demonstration and then planting a bomb in a crowd of vegans and all this stuff. And I don't know if it's tongue-in-cheek or if he's really like, he wants to kill people, and I'm curious what you make of all that kind of talk. Like,
I don't know. I think that's on a personal level, maybe. Might be joking.
Yeah.
I think it's joking mostly.
Yeah.
Because I don't see him doing it, but I don't know. There must be some hate somewhere. and it's all triggering, you know, so it has to be related somewhere. I think a lot of things that trigger people are still connected to who you are or your old beliefs, your subconscious. I think a lot of things are just a reflection of who you are yourself. So I don't believe that fighting anything will help. You know,
Yeah.
you're still fighting against something. You create tension.
Yeah.
It's not letting go.
No, that's it. Yeah, I agree.
But I think everybody's in a different level, and we all have problems and blockage and things in the subconscious to fight.
Yeah. And what do you think about some of the younger kids who are kind of drawn into all this? You think there's, because they're quite young. I mean, they're more like 18, I guess. Are they the youngest?
Yeah, the guys that are here. You mean?
Yeah, yeah. Do you think they're making their own decisions, or do you think they're quite influenced by Gatos and his persona?
I don't know. It seems like they're quite open-minded. Though.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
yeah,
But I do think it's all connected, though. It's no coincidence. And you can say it fits perfectly. They how do you call it? They are they're filling up the group nicely.
yeah,
The
definitely.
holes.
Yeah,
Just a little bit extra energy.
definitely. Yeah, some right characters there.
So yeah, it's hard to tell.
Yeah,
And probably they're on a different level on their journey. You know, I think everybody is on his own journey.
yeah, yeah,
That's why it's for nobody it's the same. You know, it's hard to judge if somebody else is further than anyone
yeah.
else.
Sure,
We all have our own troubles, problems, and
absolutely.
things.
And obviously our host has been great. She's given us the house and all that. She's been really cool, Sheila. And I've heard her talk a few times about. She's kind of talked about veganism a bit, and she's been eating vegetables in front of us and saying that she's been vegan. She's got no problem with veganism. And she's also talked about this male-female energy thing, which I was intrigued by. And she even mentioned that she found maybe Gatos in his videos has become more sort of, maybe was more sort of female energy when he was vegan, and is maybe a bit more aggressive these days. She mentioned this and just stuff like that, and maybe she talks about balance in veg and meat. I mean, what do you think of that? Do you think there's something in that?
I've never really thought about it. Yeah, you can say he's a lot more grounded than before. That might look that he's more aggressive, and it could also be that he's more centered.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a hard thing. I think that's personal level, you know.
Yeah. So for you, you don't feel like you need any veg at all?
I don't know. Yeah, I do feel sometimes that I miss some things, but it could also be because I still fuck my organs. So you know, it's hard. I think everybody's in a different level.
Yeah.
And I might have some problems with some things to get it in, you know, some nutrients. And I think my thyroid also is a little bit fucked. That's also a big thing.
What's the fuck, sorry?
Yeah, my thyroid.
Your thyroid?
Yeah. So I got a little bit of problems with sugar, calcium.
And this was just from eating the wrong diet for many years, was it?
No, it's also genetic.
Oh, okay.
It's something in the family. But I think the diet fucked up a lot.
Yeah.
Also.
So you're eating just the normal sort of bread, sweet.
Yeah. But even on the vegan diet, I couldn't sleep. I stopped losing the ability to sweat and all that kind of stuff.
Fuck.
So. And even went in the sauna and I couldn't sweat. It hurt like hell.
Fuck, that's really fucked up.
And then you start to cut out a lot of foods that they say that is bad. And I have to say it's now 10 times better.
Yeah.
I sleep normally again.
That's
I
great.
sweat like a otter. So yeah.
And do you feel like you've got maybe more grounded or manly or aggressive?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Much more grounded. Yeah, I think you become a little bit of hippie if you're a vegan and you cut out the protein.
Yeah. Well, Sheila said that she lost some of her creativity when she went 100% primal. She could no longer paint, she said. I mean, that worries me because I'm really creative, you know, that's what I do. I make music. And I did find when I went more and more primal, I was just making less and less music. Do you think that's related?
Yeah, I think there's a relation, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I noticed also that I'm much more grounded lately and much less of inspiration and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should balance it out more.
Mm.
But it could also be the fact that you eat too much muscle meat.
Yeah.
You know, I eat a shitload of protein because I like it.
Yeah.
And I maybe could do with less also.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a matter of experience and just trying out, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm trying now to incorporate much more organs. I want to cut down on the muscle meat a little bit and focus on more fats.
Yeah.
And maybe I will incorporate some vegetables and that kind of stuff with a shitload of butter.
Yeah. That's the one. I've noticed a lot of people this week. There's been a few surprises for me this week. One was the amount of juicing going on. I just didn't expect this, you know, at all. I just thought it was going to be like fucking carnage completely. But there's been lots of
But I
people.
think most people don't juice that much here. It's just, how do you call it? They get triggered by somebody else and they think,
Oh, okay.
no, I'm gonna juice also.
Okay. But Gatos is a big juicer.
Yeah.
This is not apparent from his YouTube channel, I don't
No,
think.
it's so much different than the last meeting.
Yeah?
Yeah, he didn't juice at all
Didn't
back
he?
then. No. Yeah, it's a big thing for him, I think.
Yeah, it's a strange one. I'm
And a
quite
lot of
shocked.
sugars.
Yeah.
But yeah, if he feels good with it.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I might juice some more, but I don't juice the sugar stuff.
Yeah. So cucumber, would that be sugar?
I wouldn't say so.
No.
My body doesn't react to it as
Okay.
if it's sugar.
So more like your sweet fruits, like oranges, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the other things that was a shock to me when I got here was I found Gatos. I was very excited about meeting him. You know, I've watched hundreds of his videos, really blown away by the information. But upon meeting him, I found him quite cold. You know, and I found it hard to connect with him. But yeah, I don't think I've said much to him all week really. But yet, there's other people in the group who've been really sort of, you know, they've a lot to share. You know, a lot to share and a lot to say, which has been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But Gatos, I found I've not connected with much. Do you think that's because he's a full-on carnivore, or is that just Gatos?
I don't know. I think that's probably for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think last year it was the same, I guess. Maybe a little bit more. But I don't know if it's related only to the diet or maybe it's just who he is.
Yeah.
You know, I think some people are more physical. I believe that there's three basic energies, you know, and that's also kind of the alchemy what a lot of ancients talk about is you have the spiritual energy, you have social energy, and you have material energy. And everybody's a different combination of those three. You know?
Yeah.
It's like a wrestler is really material, you know, he's on his physical body, not social and not giving people inspiration, so he's only focused on the material. A singer is more on the inspirational level, you know, but he's not material or social most of the times because everybody worships them and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And somebody in the church might be social, but he's not material and he could also be inspirational. I think the biggest thing is that you grow in all three aspects.
Ah, okay.
I think that's true alchemy. And I think that's what a lot of people forget. It's the same as body, mind and spirit, you know,
Yeah.
it's the three things. And you don't have to focus only on the material, because diet is only the material subject. So the other two things are also really important, I think, in growing. And that's what not much people talk about.
Brilliant. That's amazing. I like that one. That's really good. I'm glad I recorded it. That's really good. Yeah, that was really good, man. Fucking good answer.
Yeah, that's what my experience tells me. Because I've been in so many phases, you know, and I've done meditation for hours, yoga and all that kind of stuff, and I open up a lot. And I got some weird, crazy shit in my history.
Yeah.
That I don't believe in coincidence anymore. I've had such weird shit happen to me that it's no coincidence. But it's still hard to work on.
What kind of, just like life situations?
No, just the balancing of all three.
Okay.
So I've been real spiritual, or the inspirational part. Social, I was really bad. It's getting better.
Yeah.
And I was really focused on the material, and now I try to do that less.
Mm.
Although this diet is really materialism,
Mm.
if you look at it. But it helps a lot to ground you.
Yeah. It's really interesting, that. So the social aspect, I think, for me anyway, I really struggle with that aspect. And you said you're getting better in that realm. I mean, what kind of things can you do to improve that? That one thing, would you say?
I think being honest to yourself is a big thing. Because the more you are honest to yourself, the more you can be honest to others. I think that's the main thing that people use the language wrong most of the times. How many people use words that actually mean something completely different? So, in some sense, you are fooling yourself, if you mislead yourself like that. So, yeah, that's a big part of it. What else?
I think we're good, man. We've got a minute left on the battery. Anything else you want to say about the meetup, or?
Well, it's great people. I had a great time here. Gave me some inspiration again. And I hope to see some people again in the future.
Wicked, man. Nice one. Next year meeting, you going to go to that?
Probably,
Where would you like it to be? Any preference?
as long as the sun is there.
Not Wales then. It's too cold.
Yeah, same for Holland.
Hawaii? Michael's offered.
Hawaii, yeah.
That could be good.
I would come.
Yeah, damn right. Cool, man. I think that's going to end, so I'll stop it there to make sure it saves. Nice one, mate. Thank you. That was
No
awesome.
problem, man.